Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another day of the video diary. How's it going today? Today, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm being a naughty boy. Today is a Friday and I'm walking to UE's library instead of going to Bath today. Today on a Friday, I have two things. A 2-hour-long programming lab on intelligent agents and a lecture on safety critical systems. The lecture is a guest lecture from someone from Talos or Thales, depending on if you read it how it's spelt or if it's how they want you to say it. And the lab is talking about code that I can only write on Atlas. So I didn't really justify I couldn't really justify driving all that way to Bath to sit around and not be very productive when I could just walk 20 minutes to a library or so, you know what I mean? I'm giving my car a rest. If the lecture wasn't a guest lecture, I'd still go. Like I go on a Monday for only one lecture. But I thought I can be more productive at home. Missing a guest lecture doesn't matter. And like I say, there's no point me going to this lab. And I usually, like if you notice, every Friday, I'm like, I just feel shit about myself. And I think it's because of that lab. I blame that lab personally for how shit I feel on a Friday, because the room is just so drab. So we're going to the library. Whee! Fortunately, it's quite like a miserable day today. Like keeps raining, it's really quite windy, it's quite stormy. So I got my umbrella and stuff. Like the one day I decide not to be in a nice warm car is the day that it's like this. But yeah, winter's so really cold. It feels like I should wear my mittens cold. My hands are freezing, but I love it. I love cold weather. So otherwise, I'm not really sure what my plan is today. Well, I'm heading to the library for the morning. I'm assuming until 12/1 to do parallel, because my computer can now do it, and I can now, in theory, do everything properly. And my aim is to get parallel finished by the end of Saturday. I've got quite a busy weekend this weekend, but I'll tell you more about that tomorrow or later. So I want to get parallel done. I'm then going to go back for lunch because I can't eat lunch here. Go back for lunch. To be fair, this is like one of the worst ones. I mean, if you're going to fucking rain, just do it. Don't be at a stupid point where it's not acceptable to have an umbrella on. And the wind, man. And after lunch, do I then work at home? Do I go back to the library? I don't know. In theory, which I'm going to test now, I don't need the internet to do things like parallel. I could do it at home. So, although I can't test it on the supercomputer, on Belena thing, but I can, obviously, as long as my compiler is now like that, in theory I can run it in like on my machine. Do I stay at home and work? Do I do something else like my literature review, which I don't really need internet for either? Or do I come back here and do work? Or do I go to town and get my hair cut? One of the two. I didn't gel it this morning because I knew it was going to get wet when I walked. But like my intention was to go and get it cut on Sunday when we're in town. But is it better to go and get it done today? I don't know. Should start getting some kind of reserve sticker for here. That's rain. Oh no, I'm not happy. I'm just, fuck's sake. I texted Dad this morning, texting him if he wanted me to do something for him over Christmas. Like I'll hook I was going to upgrade his laptop to Windows 10 and all that kind of stuff. So obviously when I text him, he immediately thinks that means I want a phone call conversation, which it doesn't mean that, Dad. It means I'm sending you a text message, just answer the text message. It doesn't mean ring me to discuss the text message. It means reply to the fucking message. So anyway, it's gonna hail on me. You son of a bitch. So anyway, he rings me, I pull the phone down on him because I'm in the library, text him back saying, I'm in the library, I'll ring you at 1 when I go home for lunch. And he goes, right, cool, yeah, I'll ring you, or, I'll ring you at 1. I will ring you at 1 when I'm doing this. So, yeah, cool, we'll talk when you're free or I'm free or whatever. He texts back. So 1:05, obviously I'm in the middle of programming at this point. I don't know what time it is. I'm on a roll. He rings me. I put the phone down on him, I'm like, right, okay, fine, I'll leave. So I leave. Whoa. I'm getting blown away, no. So, it's raining bloody sideways, mate. It's bouncing. So I ring him back. 1:05. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just coming into this area where the signal's not very good. So I'll talk to you in a bit, yeah? And I'm like, what? So I've just left the library, right, to talk to you essentially, and he's not available to talk to for a decent amount of time. Happy birthday. Oh, that's him. Fucking guy. Anyway, so I leave the library to talk to him. Bear in mind I was happily programming away, hadn't even thought about food yet. he then gets rid of me quick. Check my text messages. Laura messaged me saying it's hailing. And she's in town, so come on, fucking Boris, get out of the way. Fucking hell, I'm walking faster than he's driving, Jesus. So, anyway, I now realise that I'm going to get hailed on, because the hail's not here, I haven't seen the hail, so it's fucking coming my way, isn't it? So I've got my umbrella up and then I get bloody... I'm not impressed, in short. Either way, programming's going well. I have my threads up and running. I'm passing my threads the data they require. The one issue I'm now having, I will tell you when I get home because my battery is dead and it's too windy to change it, so weather is mental. Code's working well. I'm passing through the variables I need to the threads. I've figured out, like, the way that I'm going to do it is different to how I was originally planning on it. I was originally planning on basically we've got this big array we need to do a load of crunching with. We don't know how big the array is. And we've got to do it with a certain number of threads, and the number of threads is like passed in. So you'll pass in like 3 threads, 8 threads, etc. And I was going to try and split the array so that, like, you go, okay, 8 threads, that means you have this, you have that, you have this, etc. But like the complexity of doing that seems like this is on a shared memory system here, so like memory access isn't that slow. It's not that slow. So I think it's going to be better just to have the threads do one split, just do one row, do all the calculations, and then go and then just kind of sit around and wait for the process for the main thread to then say, oi, this row, this row, this row, this row, and then that'll kind of like sit there and just feed out the rows. And then the workers will just do it. That's the plan there. It works on my machine, but it throws a segmentation fault on Balena, which is something strange. So I thought that now that I had GCC installed and stuff, my machine will be able to pick up on those kind of errors. And it does pick up on them better, but for some reason it doesn't pick up on this one. So I'm trying to figure out like where the segmentation fault's coming from. I have a feeling it's because I'm initializing arrays. I haven't freed them yet, but I will look into that. Otherwise, I guess it's lunchtime. I want to go back to the library either because it's a fucking horrible day. Right, what can I have for lunch? Should I have a sandwich or shall I cook something? I'd like cheese on toast or something instead. Nah, let's have a sandwich, just be boring. A lovely cup of tea to tide me over, to warm me back up before I walk back to the library. Fucking walking back to the library. Oh. Curse not having internet. I don't want to go back, it's cold outside. I might actually put my scarf on, it's that cold. Look at that, like you can actively see the rain, look. You can see it like swooping left. Christ, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty dark and you can't see anything, but we're heading back now. That was productive to say the least. It's like I've got my threads working, my threads are doing what they're supposed to be doing. All I need to do now is get the information back, merge it and do it over and over again until I know it's the best. And that's not going to take me long, to be honest with you. I'm leaving now because I need to get back for Laura and stuff so we can have dinner. I'm kind of annoyed because I'm like, it's the second time now where I've been like the flow of programming and then I've got to like stop for something. So it's good that I'm getting that into it, if you know what I mean. So I'm happy with that. But yeah, the parallel shouldn't really be a problem. Once I've got the code running, I've then got to figure out a way of getting a decent amount of data into it and out of it. And I think a lot of people are going to be doing that with like S-batch scripts and stuff and just running the program over and over again. I'm probably just going to do it as one thing, I'm thinking. Like, instead of using something else to schedule it all, I may as well just use C itself to do it. That's what I'm thinking. But what else is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Because what we're doing now is What? No? What am I talking about? Tonight, I'm either going to go through this sea or do some like relaxed note typing up again. Depending on what Laura's doing, what we're doing, what TV's on, all that kind of shit. Tomorrow, I will be back in the library. What's this light? Oh no, you're joking. Fucking really? Okay, no. Okay, no, I'll let you off. That house had Christmas lights on. So depending on what it is that Laura's doing tonight, I might do a little bit more of this. Either way, tomorrow I'll be coming to the library to do more work. I'm going to do a morning shift there, so I'll be doing something like 8 till 12. And then me and Laura are doing stuff, we're cooking, meeting Beth and Ben, lots of fun stuff. So tomorrow's going to be a long busy day. But in theory, C should get done. In theory. Obviously programming isn't theory, is it? So, well, C should be able to, I should be able to prove that it works. That isn't necessarily proving that the system, like, being able to get data out of it yet. I can do it, but I can't get data out. Because at the moment it's just generating random data and doing that. That's obviously not the best way of doing it if you want decent results, but da-da-da. Time jump, ladies and gentlemen. It's the evening. By evening, I mean it's night time. Laura's already asleep. So film the night way. Goes to bed at like 10. I was watching Gogglebox. She fell asleep halfway through that. And then I watched the SAS program after that and done. News on my C program. It works. It works. There's like a little bits I need to do to it now, which I'm going to do tomorrow. Are basically clean it up a little bit because it's a little bit messy in places. I need to make sure that it can loop through continuously until it hits the point. I've got the logic in there that will make it break. It's just a case of making it loop until it hits that breaking point. Making it continually do it. I've got to handle it when I've got less threads than I need. I'm currently dealing with when I've got more threads than I need, and so sure, the right amount. I need to figure out a way, well, I need to program in the way of it going the other way around, which I think is going to be relatively simple. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a relatively long day, although it's got an abrupt ending in it, so it's going to be quite weird. So I'm getting up in the morning, heading to the library for about 8 o'clock. Hopefully it's open. It opens at 7:30, but last time I went early, the security guard was locked out like I was. So I'm going to go to the library for a certain amount of time, maybe like finish around like 12 or 11, depending on how well it's going. Finish at 12, come back here, we're going to go shopping, we're going to pick up some bits, we're then going to come back and we're going to start prepping for dinner. And then we're going to drive up to Cribs. We need to go to 2 shops, Thornton's and Bowes. We're then going to pick up Beth and Ben, who are in Bristol and in Cribs Causeway. We're going to drive back here and we're going to have a dinner party. What we're going to do. So we're going to live in the bloody dream. And then their bus leaves the bus station at, I think the bus station, and not Temple Meads, at 9:30, which is really early. We were expecting like, I don't know, because it means now we've just had to like shunt our entire plans forward a bit. So we were like going to pick them up, bring them back here for like 4:30, 5, then put dinner in. And dinner takes like 3 hours to cook, so that's not an option. But yeah, so it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be our first day, dinner cooking, dinner partying. It's going to be lovely, except for the morning where I'm off working. But to be honest with you, I have been getting into it. I've been enjoying this coursework. It's been a while since I've enjoyed programming beyond my own project. So yeah, it has been a long time because I didn't enjoy the last programming coursework. C is better than Java. Generally, is that what you think? No, maybe. I think so. Yeah. Well, structs are objects anyway, aren't they? It's just kind of functions on. Anyway, you probably could. I wonder if you could do lambda in C. Yeah, you probably could. Anyway, like I say, I'm going to get going to bed, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11 o'clock. I will be waking up in 6 hours. No, that's a lie. I wake up at 6 o'clock, but 5 to 6. 10 to 6 I get up. To go to the library on a Saturday. Tomorrow's going to be fun. 3-course meal we're cooking. Oh, I'll catch you later.